Coming up, we're getting a first look at a new retail development planned for South Fargo. 2 people are in jail after a drug bust in Moorhead, what police say their canine officer found in the couple's car. And new information tonight in the case involving sexual assault allegations against the mayor of Jamestown. Hello and welcome to the Nightly Review. I'm Tom Tucker. We begin with tonight's headlines. Then, in a closer look, comments tonight from Fargo School Board member Jennifer Benson, who's now running for Fargo City Commission. Benson will talk about why she's running for higher office. She previously caused a stir on the school board while speaking out against COVID-related mandates. And in tonight's one-on-one conversation, my guest is Minnesota Republican gubernatorial candidate Kendall Qualls, talking about his campaign and commenting on the Walz checks, the tax rebates proposed by Governor Walz. But first, the cause of a 2-alarm apartment fire in Moorhead is under investigation. Crews responded late last night to the apartment complex in the 2400 block of 4th Avenue North. Officials say the fire was isolated to a single third-floor unit and say the apartment is now uninhabitable. No one was in the unit when the blaze broke out, but other residents in the complex were evacuated. No injuries are reported. Moorhead police say they seized what they believe is illegal drugs worth $20,000 and arrested 2 suspects during a traffic stop. We're told a police dog searching the car discovered more than 200 pills believed to be fentanyl, along with 2 pounds of marijuana and methamphetamine. 40-year-old David Keene Jr. and 25-year-old Samantha Riggles were arrested during the stop. A man convicted of a number of violent robberies is sentenced to 25 years in prison. Abbott Aho is the alleged leader of the Slither gang. He was sentenced in federal court in Fargo yesterday on several charges, including home invasion, continuing a criminal enterprise, robbery, and conspiracy to distribute controlled substances. We are getting our first look at the new Midtown Market soon to be built where the old Kmart building once stood along South University Drive in Fargo. The developer behind the project is West Fargo-based Enclave. We're told the retail space will feature several businesses. Kmart closed its doors several years ago, and the old building was recently torn down, and crews are now cleaning up the remaining debris. The West Fargo School Board has whittled down to 3 the name ideas for a new elementary school. The 3 names are Rocking Horse Elementary, Veterans Elementary, and Meadowlark Elementary. A district spokesperson says they want the name to focus on the community where the school is going. The school board is set to make a final decision at their next meeting on April 25th. The fire chief in Dilworth is expressing optimism that funding for a new fire station will be coming from state leadership.
We did get $975,000 worth of funding from our federal partners. We requested $3.2 million from the state in a bonding bill, and then the city would have to come up with the remaining about $2.3 million. There's discussion on how they would pay for that, and they're thinking they would probably do that in a bond.
Mark Empting, who also serves as Clay County Sheriff, tells WDAY's Bonnie and Friends that conversations with Governor Tim Walz this week show promise that state funding will be made available for the new fire station. An official announcement is expected when the legislative session ends in about 5 weeks. Investigators say there is insufficient evidence to support sexual assault allegations against Jamestown Mayor Dwayne Heinrich. The Stutsman County State's Attorney says reports and surveillance video did not create a clear picture of what happened during an exchange between Mayor Heinrich and the accuser. A report released Wednesday shows the incident in question happened on January 29th. The impeachment trial of South Dakota Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg is set to begin June 21st. The state Senate chose the date less than a day after Ravnsborg was impeached by the House of Representatives for his actions surrounding a deadly crash in September 2020. The Senate also chose Pennington County State's Attorney Mark Vargo to serve as the lead prosecutor. The trial will last 2 days. On a lighter note tonight, NDSU Bison faithful are set to meet in just a few weeks for the newly revamped Bison Pride Night. Athletic Director Matt Larson says the event provides the opportunity to bring together the fan base, donors, and alumni to celebrate Bison athletics and to raise money for scholarships and operations. Silent auctions and raffles will take place at the April 29th event, which will include opportunities to visit with players on the football team. One of the most popular bands in country music is coming to Fargo. Lady A, known for blending country, rock, and pop, will be taking the stage at Shields Arena on Friday, September 30th. Tickets go on sale Friday, April 22nd at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the tickets range in price from $69 to $125. In a closer look tonight, Fargo School Board member Jennifer Benson is talking about her decision to finish out her 8-year tenure on the Fargo School Board to run for Fargo City Commission. While appearing on What's on Your Mind on AM 1100 The Flag, Benson was asked why she decided to pursue a higher office.
It wasn't an easy decision. I knew that I wanted to continue public service. And as you know, I have served 2 terms now on the Fargo School Board in 8 years. And I really ran on a platform of, trying to increase transparency. And I think I've done that to a greater degree. Really, outcomes and accountability is something important. I think for all of our government agencies, there should be measurable outcomes.
Benson says one factor in her decision to run for the commission was the announcement by current Commissioner Tony Gehrig that he would not seek re-election. She says it's a matter of running for the office where she believes she could best serve the public. Benson was asked what she was most proud of while serving on the school board.
We took an oath to serve as a school board member and as an elected official, right? And that is first and foremost, that's what I'm most proud of, is that I followed, excuse me, that oath in every decision that came before us in terms of, to uphold and honor the Constitution and individual rights and freedoms. And no matter how hard that is on a personal level, how many arrows get thrown at you.
Benson is among a record number of candidates running for City Commission. 15 candidates are seeking a seat. Meanwhile, 7 candidates are running for mayor, including incumbent Tim Mahoney. Now you can find information for all the candidates right now in our election guide online at WDAYradionow.com. Time now to check in with meteorologist Justin Storm in the Skywatch Weather Center for the latest on our weather.
Thanks, Tom. Throughout the rest of this evening and throughout tonight, we'll be left with a slight chance for a few light scattered snow showers with wind out of the west-northwest 15 to 30 miles per hour and gusting higher into the 40s and low 50s 2 hours south. We'll see temperatures sliding into the teens overnight with cloudy skies, and then we'll gradually see skies going partly sunny on your Friday. Temperatures in the 20s with northwest wind around 15 to 30. Could see a few light snow showers through the early morning hours, and then we'll see the sunshine return for your Saturday with highs back in the 30s with another likely chance for snow coming on Easter Sunday.
It could happen to you or someone you love. One moment, one diagnosis can change everything. Thankfully, there's a program that helps caring people uplift families through a crisis. Lend a Hand Up, raising financial help and hope through community benefits and online campaigns. A program that boosts generosity so gifts go further. Lend a Hand Up helps you help your neighbors. Learn more and give at lendahandup.org.
Welcome back to the Nightly Review. In tonight's one-on-one conversation, my guest is Minnesota Republican gubernatorial candidate Kendall Qualls. Tonight, he's commenting on the race for the Republican nomination, and he's talking about the Walz checks, the tax rebates for citizens proposed by Governor Walz. I asked Qualls about the governor's plan to distribute $500 to each single Minnesotan, 18 and older, and $1,000 to married couples.
Two things wrong. They're not Walz checks. They're actually taxpayer dollars that were overpaid in our tax from our high tax rate. So those funds need to be returned to taxpayers, and it's indicative of a symptom, if you will, of the problem with that we're an overtaxed state. In fact, we are no longer competitive in the region of states that we're in, and we are actually losing people, losing jobs for that reason.
So what are your thoughts with regard to where your campaign is at in the race right now with the primary set for August 9th?
You know what? We've got a great team on the campaign. I couldn't be more pleased. They could not be more pleased. Things are humming along very nicely. When you think about the momentum of where we're at right now, we're right in the sweet spot, if you will, going into the state convention. There have been 3 independent straw polls across the state, and in each of those straw polls, I've come in number 1, 2, or 3 in each of those, and we've only been in the campaign now for 3 months. We all had to release, all of the candidates had to release their financial first quarter fundraising results. And by far, the results will show that I'm in the number 1 position.
A new poll just out from KSTP in Minneapolis shows Governor Walz still maintaining a lead over you and all the other Republican challengers, though the lead has tightened quite a bit from the last poll back in December. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, keep in mind, not a lot of voters are looking at the race right now. They're more concerned about crime. They're more concerned about what's going on with inflation and their jobs and the economy. And once they do start paying attention and looking at the choices they have, there clearly will be a sizable advantage on our side, especially if I'm on the top of the ticket. I believe that I can help the Republican Party get a down ballot windfall from the Secretary of State, Attorney General. If dog catchers if we still had dog catchers and they were party, we would get Republican dog catchers in each of our counties here. It's going to be that much of a windfall. I'm just excited about it. And the most important thing is that we get a wide enough margin of victory that we don't have to worry about, even if they do any shenanigans like they've done in the past, that we'll get a wide enough victory to win in November.
I'd like to thank Minnesota gubernatorial candidate Kendall Qualls for joining me for tonight's one-on-one conversation. State Republican convention delegates will hold their endorsement vote on May 14th. Now, I've extended an interview request to Governor Tim Walz to talk about his re-election efforts, and we're waiting for a reply. Well, that will do it for this Thursday, April 14th, 2022. I'm Tom Tucker. Thanks for watching the Nightly Review.